Crows on the left. Buzzards, 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 buzzards. Whoa! You never know which direction they're going to fly either. There's the turkey vultures. All right, well, happy Tuesday morning to you all. We are headed out of our Quarry Cove park in Arkansas and headed out on the road toward McKinney, Texas. One of the ride members here has a relative there, and we're going to go about halfway back to Houston. It's 300 and some miles, about 6-hour ride is what the GPS is saying. And we're going to park ourselves at his house tonight, rest up a bit, and then get out on the road early tomorrow morning, Wednesday, to complete the ride to Houston for about another 5 or 6 hours. Our fourth member of the group peeled off from us Monday morning yesterday and headed all the way back and did it in one shot. He said it was just shy of 10 and a half hours, and he made it on his Burton all the way back to the south side of Houston. Everything worked out well for him. He said he ran into 3 rain showers. Only one of them required his rain gear, and it was uneventful. So far the ride has been a success. Had a lot of fun, a lot of interesting roads. Off-roaded the scooters. We did a total of probably 35 to 40 miles combined across 2 rides. The first off-road ride was pretty long. It was about 25 miles or so, and we did another 10 or 12 miles yesterday, just goofing off. And as long as you go slow, it works out. These tires aren't made for that crap, or the suspension for that matter. But this is it, the road, headed out. I'll shut the camera down now and just, as soon as we find some interesting roads, I'll do a little more recording, but it's going to be 6 hours of this and hopefully not too much rain. It's been pretty soggy here the last couple of days. So, bid you all farewell and hopefully something else to report. Rained pretty good out here. This is all flooded. Check that out. Yeah. Those are trees, not bushes. Wow. This is quite the climb. I'm wide open. Yeah, I'm wide open, barely holding 50 here. That bike runs up a little higher because of the clutch in it. It lets you spool the engine more so it doesn't get dragged down. Yeah, I'm wide open and I'm dropping to 47, 48. Really? Yeah, I can't gain. Well, this is a heck of a climb. I'm down to 46, wide open. And now I'm gaining. Wow, that's quite the hill. A little bit, but those Cubs really handle like they're on rails. They're pretty amazing. I've never really flogged mine hard, but they handle surprisingly well. I'm quite sure I could drag pegs or drag hard parts on it before you'd lose traction. I've had mine out in the twisties out west of Houston, and you know, your top speed is 60, 65 on most of those roads because of the inclines and stuff. So I can just keep the bike pinned open and just, you know, throw it through the corners and never even have to slow down. Now out here in the hills, yeah, some of these tight switchbacks, you don't want to go cooking into those more than about 10 to 15 miles an hour faster than what the sign warning is, just in case there's water or gravel or crap on the road. If you push yourself past about the 80% mark on traction and then suddenly you need some in reserve, well, you just set yourself up for a problem. These PCXs handle surprisingly well when they're not real top heavy. If you get the weight off of them, they can carve corners pretty good. But I'm sure you can drag the floorboards or the exhaust or something if you get really rambunctious. is a pretty good climb. But you'll see what I was talking about when I edit the videos and post these videos. You can't see these inclines on the videos. There's really no appreciation for it until you come to one of these crests and you can see that there's some kind of a drop. But you have no scale on the video for the inclines. The other thing that you can't see in the video is the crosswinds, and these bikes get blown around quite a bit. So you replay and you're going like, well, why is my cornering line going all over the place? That was crosswind, that's what that was. Crows on the left, buzzards. Whoa! You never know which direction they're going to fly either, those turkey vultures. At first I thought they were crows, and as I got closer I realized, nope, those are much bigger. Yeah, so maybe today will be my day for wildlife encounters. Neil had so many of them. Bottom corner of Oklahoma. So where are we? What is this city? McCurtain? Who knows? They got themselves an old steam locomotive here, though. South corner of Oklahoma, headed down into Texas. End of trail motel, okay. Yeah, so we're just going through the middle of little old Oklahoma here. And of course we're going against the wind again. Yeah, so 1.5 miles and it turns into 37 west. And this is US 82 to Texas 37. Yeah. You okay? Podunk, Oklahoma. Yeah, my windscreen is pretty serious roadkill. I don't know about yours. Mine is just covered. Sure, if you want to, you lead. Go ahead. I don't know how much room we've got to carry stuff, though. Probably. Well, we might want to drop our stuff first, but it's up to you. Okay. So this is 4.1 miles and left on Custer Street. Okay, well, good morning to you all. It is Wednesday morning, the last day of our Ozarks scooter trip. And we're departing this morning from a cheating spot. We didn't camp out last night. We stayed at a relative's house of one of the riders and slept in a real bed. And now we're hitting the road at 6:30-ish in the morning, 6:45. We got about 6 hours down to Houston from McKinney, Texas, and on the road we go. So, let's hit it. Got a half a tank of fuel and motor on until we run out. And lather, rinse, repeat. This will be our longest ride today that we've done. Hey, rabbit. Well, he's right about the rabbits. Yesterday was almost 6 hours. It was about 5.5. So today is going to be about 30 to 45 minutes longer than that. But we both kind of agreed that we could have done another hour, maybe 2 hours yesterday before serious butt fatigue took over. Then, of course, you just get off for 15 or 20 minutes. Get some blood moving in your legs and do it again. Some kid's little action toys back there on the ground.
Turn left on South Prospect Drive,
Okay.
then take the first right.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, nobody coming. The variator started acting up on this bike. I don't know if it's the variator or the belt or one of the pulleys or whatever, but it's stuck in kind of a medium gear right now. You don't get the lowest ratio, so when you try to take off, it bogs down, and I don't know if you can hear it, and then finally it takes off. So I think the pulley sheaves in the variator are not widening out to allow the lowest ratio. Other than that, it's working fine. Top speed is unaffected. Still doing 65 plus on the top end, so it's doing okay. The NCY variator and clutch in the 2016 bike are doing better, but the clutch is still making a lot of noise at idle. It makes kind of a whirling, scraping sound. So I don't know if one of the clutch shoes is partially out all the time or what the noise is, but it seems to be doing fine, and it has more hill pulling power than this one does. I'll be tapped out going up a hill and slowly losing speed, where the 2016 can accelerate up and catch me or pass me. So that NCY transmission kit seems to be working out pretty well. Although this one's getting better fuel economy than that one, because that one allows the engine to rev up more longer. I'm not really sure what the difference is there, but it's getting somewhere between 3 and 5 points lower than this one on fuel economy. Or maybe he's just got a lead wrist. So we're going to work our way out of McKinney and onto the highway. There's McKinney Tower. Get out on the highway, and we're still taking the back roads as much as possible. I'm trying to stay off the super slab. All the crazy cages running 80 plus, and we'll see. Big change in the type of road from Arkansas to Texas. Straight. This is a tree nursery. Twin Lakes Tree Nursery. What's that? I'm not sure, but that's pretty cool. They're all little boxed up in brick, and that's pretty cool. It's a Twin Lakes tree nursery. That's pretty cool. Okay, we are continuing out on our trip back home here. We stopped off in Palestine, Texas. Filled up on fuel, filled our bellies over at Brahms with some breakfast grub. It's still only like 9:30 in the morning, not even 10, I don't think. So no lunch menu, but breakfast was on, so breakfast it was. The last refuel I just did on this bike is the first time I've ever seen double-digit fuel economy. I got down the average for 140 some mile trip or whatever it was on this was 97 miles to the gallon, at least indicated. So fighting the wind and full tilt boogie at 60 to 65 yielded some pretty low numbers. In one spot I saw 82 to 83 for a little while, and then today with a little bit slower speeds and less wind, it brought itself back up to a 97 average. So still pretty good. 150cc scoot out of its element, running long highway trips, still turning right at triple digits. So here's the road. More of this for another 4 hours, something like that. We should be getting into the Houston area about 2 p.m. I'll shut the camera down now, and if there's anything interesting to record, I'll turn it back on. So we're not quite done with our off-roading for this trip. We got some highway construction out here that's down to 1 lane and gravel on Texas 21. Turn on the windshield wipers. Yeah, this is gravel, all right. Ooh, that's squirrely. Okay. And now we're back on pavement. I wonder if that washed out, you know? That's a low spot back there, and that a lot of that road could have washed out. Got enough rain out here. There's been plenty of rain, so that might have been a rain-induced event. So now all this traffic is queued up on this side to let us go. Look before you pull out, genius. Okay, well, hopefully that's all of that. We got stuck at a construction light here on the highway for a couple of minutes. We decided to turn off the bikes, step off, and stretch our legs. And then as soon as I started getting comfortable, green light. Watch out for chunky gravel here. It's big chunky gravel. Ooh. Yeah, this washed out. Check that out. So a lot of this must be flood damage. Old railroad cars, those are cool. Rattlesnake Ranch, something. It's the open Texas plains. Looks like corn. So Farm to Market 1774. Here we are. This is a new back road for me. Thanks to Garmin. Oh yeah, I already like this road. It's got curves. Sign back there just as we came over the railroad tracks said 50 miles an hour for 1 mile twisty. All right, cool. That's what I like to see. Debris on the left, tire husk, rubber possum. No, actually mine says 11 miles turn right on Magnolia Parkway. On Garmin anyway. Yeah, the Google is saying 9.9 miles, kind of a little bit of a left to stay on 1774, so I think we should take the Magnolia Parkway side. And if we had enough time, my wife just sent me a text, said lunch, and she sent a picture, so I'm presuming that means the pork ribs are done. Oh well. Kind of pretty through here. I don't think I've ever been through Magnolia. Okay, so we decided to cheat for the last little leg of the road for the trip here. We're running up against a time deadline, and we stumbled on Highway 99 tollway. Decided, okay, fine. We're just going to crush the last 20 miles or so of the trip on the tollway here. So I'm penned open on the 2015 PCX 150 with the Dr. Pulley variator in it. And I'm getting 68-ish. I'm fighting some pretty good wind though. The 2016 behind me with the NCY variator can pull through 70 pretty well. It gets up to 72, 73 pretty easily. This one takes it a little while to get there and no headroom. Here we are, just running steady. I haven't found the rev limiter yet. It's just drag limited right now. It's big roll bags that I've got on the back seat, top box, and headwind. So just burning some gas, heating up that belt. Tucked in behind the windscreen a little bit too, see if I can get myself out of the wind stream. Pretty consistent 67, 68 out of it, and I'm not touching the rev limiter, so that's good. Dr. Pulley variator's doing it there. There's 70 and a 70, nice. Windy up here.